Hatchman. Let's see if he gets back in here. Strength to beat me. There you are. Hey, oh, looking at the ceiling. I don't know if it's my internet. I don't know if it was your internet. Something was going on with the signal. We lost you. I lost you at, was it your wife that had a university degree? Is that what you were saying?
That's right. Yeah. So Karen had a university degree, and she convinced me. Actually, she inspired me that I should pursue getting my college degree that I always intended on getting. And I was working in sales for a few years after high school. It's kind of fell into it like a lot of people do.
Yep.
But the money was good.
Sweet.
And so I was enjoying that, and we got engaged, I bought a condo and whatnot, and then decided, you know what, yeah, maybe I will take a couple steps backwards, and took some night courses in marketing and advertising, got into the advertising course at Durham College, yep. Which I really enjoyed, and I'm absolutely glad that I did that.
And you probably got to use some artsy stuff that you were so passionate about growing up on the advertising side. And so when you finished college, what was sort of your first, I'll call it job, career? You got out of college. Where were you working at that point?
Yeah, I think you're spinning again there. I'm not sure. But...
this is killing me. You still there? I'm spinning. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
go ahead.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you're asking me.
Where'd you work right after college? Outside, you graduate college, where'd you work? What was your first career/job?
So right out of that, I was actually, while I was in college, I was working part-time in retail sales.
Okay.
I was selling phones at Rogers, actually in the mall, and I was doing actually quite well there. And so when college was done, I went full-time. And I was quite enjoying it. I was thinking, yeah, I could go into advertising and graphic design, but I was enjoying what I was doing. I enjoyed helping people, and I liked the industry I was in. And then I ended up going into HSBC Finance as an account executive.
Yep.
So still sales, still retail, yep. In an office. I thought having a cubicle was cool. And I was there for a few years. And after that, we were actually banking with RBC. We got a mortgage for RBC. A big shout out to RBC.
Yeah.
I think they're a fantastic bank. Got great service from them and continue to do so. But I heard that they were hiring for their insurance branches. And so I went from being account executive at HSBC Finance, which is loans, second mortgages, whatnot, helping people with that, going into insurance, home and auto insurance, life insurance with RBC, because I felt that they treated their customers right. They had done so with me before.
Yep.
And when I heard the opportunity was available, I jumped in there, and things kind of took off for me in that direction.
Now, that's one thing I did know about you, that you worked at the Royal Bank. So I knew eventually you were going to get to that part. And I know what happened after RBC, so we'll get there in a second. I want to talk about, this is big for me because I know my defining moment or moments. There's probably two I could think of. So think of your, the time you're born to what you're doing today. Is there any defining moment or moments that really make you who you are?
Mm-hmm. And that's, I don't think that's necessarily an easy question for anybody to answer, because I guess there's several defining moments and they all kind of build up.
Right.
But the first one that comes to mind right off the bat is my mother passed away.
Yep.
And that's just something where you realize that we're on this earth for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
Have fun, make people smile, do what you love. And if you got things on your bucket list, just start working on them today, because that came out of nowhere. Nobody saw that coming. Yep. I got the phone call in the middle of the night, and you never know where your road's going to take you, or
Yep.
even that for your loved ones, for that matter. So make sure, encourage them to do what they want to do, encourage them to follow some of the dreams and things that they want to get checked off. And that's something that I guess has kind of stuck with me.
Yep.
And the other one, of course, would be my boys, right? So
Yep.
Having Justin and Mason, it sends you in a different direction. It changes your priorities.
Yeah.
For the best, 100%.
Yeah.
Some things get put on hold.
You want to kill them sometimes, but it's all great.
Kill them with love.
That's right.
Death by stepping on Lego.
Yeah, it's funny. We both share a very unique defining moment. I'm not sure if you knew about that with me, but I share a similar. We're a member of a club that no one wants to be a member of, is how my aunt puts it. But enough about me. This is all about you today. So if there's anything you could change about your past, would you?
Yeah, for sure. There's some things I would change about my past, and you got to be careful because the whole butterfly effect. There's nothing I
Right.
would ever
Right.
change that would jeopardize having my family now. But if I could go back and make some different steps, my passion for back, like I said, in high school, I was the guy that was sketching superheroes and drawing comic books, and I loved doing that. That was my thing, and I just got a certain amount of freedom out of that. So if I could maybe change some things to go down that career, even just try it out for a little bit, I think that's
Yep.
something that would have been fun. Maybe something a little more creative. But I certainly love what I'm doing now, and I'm actually able to use that artistic passion that I have in some of the things that I'm doing now, and I'm able to channel it into certain social media is a
Yep.
perfect example of that, where
Yep.
I'm able to have some fun.
And I know you do a lot of different things, not necessarily artsy, but just you think differently, and that's why this, the big reason I wanted you on this was I know you do things differently for your client base and your customers that purchase vehicles from you. You're not just a one and done kind of they bought and that's it. You really take care of them and really work hard towards it. And I know we've shared and bounced ideas off each other. So next question is, what really motivates Jason Hatch?
I like to check things off a list.
So
I like to
accomplishing things, right? So
I like to get things done.
okay.
And whether that's the small habits that I built up I like to read a lot of motivational books, and they say do these certain things. Look after your customers, look after people that are looking after you,
Yep.
and you can do that by doing this, this, and this. And I like to make sure that they're checked off and creating those habits. So those are some of the things that motivate me to do the hard work. But at the end of the day, for me, it's if I can get that feeling that someone is really happy that they worked with me,
Yep.
as opposed to anybody else, because there's a lot of great sales professionals out there that do a lot of fantastic work. And if someone was to meet with me and they give me that compliment, and out of the blue, I just got a text message the other day, and he reached out and just said, really glad that I worked with you for this, and this reason. And it fills me with joy. I was out in the
Yep.
park walking my dog, and I got that, and that just lights me right up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Again, we share some similar thoughts and feelings on that, and that's good. I'm glad you said those things. So, I got an itchy bald head here. So you're at RBC, and then I know you sold vehicles at another dealership, and now you're on to Whitby Mazda. So what really drew you to the automotive space? And what's my question here? Why sell vehicles? And what made you choose the automotive space?
Mm-hmm. There's the obvious answer to that, I guess, is I love cars, and I think a lot of people in that industry do.
Yep.
Right? I was hitting up the Toronto Auto Show every year just to have a look at them. I'd be the guy with the Motor Trend magazine and spending hours and hours looking online. So that was kind of easy for me in that it's something that I can sink my teeth into, and I think it's certainly a career that you put your time into, and it pays off over the years. It's not a job that you jump into and you move into something else. So there's that aspect that attracted me to it, and then going back to, like I said, when I was working in the retail space previously, I had success with that. And I've worked in different positions at different companies and different roles, and I've learned what I'm good at, and I've learned what I'm need to work on, right? Some
Yep.
things challenged me, and I took that back and basically said, okay, this is who I am, and I learned a lot from that. I would even put that into your previous question of defining moments.
Yep.
Is
Okay.
previous roles where I learned a lot about myself. And taking that, saying, this is what I'm good at, this is what I'm going to sink my teeth into.
Okay. Now, I don't want to give away any secrets on things that you do for your clients, just because, I know it's all the things you do. I think it's great. We've had these conversations before, and I think that's fabulous. And so, if there's something I can say about Jason and how he sells vehicles, I really don't think you sell a vehicle. I think you create a relationship with your customer, and then you take that relationship past the sale to the next one, you've only been doing this a few years, but I can already tell the things you do on a yearly basis with your client base is just going to, have a great impact down the road with that client base. And so I want to give you an opportunity, and you can treat this however you want, but what would you say to a prospective client? If what kind of message do you want to send to people why they should work with Jason Hatch?
Hmm. I would say that if, well, first of all, you've got to be looking for a vehicle in my lineup, in the Mazda lineup.
Yep.
So we do have, of course, pre-owned vehicles in all different makes and models. But if you're interested in a Mazda, let's start there. If you're looking for if you're looking for an F-150, if you're looking for a Dodge Ram or whatever the case is, we don't have those at Whitby Mazda, so I'm not your guy. However, I can point you in the right direction for people that can provide you with great service, and I certainly would. But if you're looking for a Mazda, I would say certainly come talk with me. We'll sit down, and hopefully you would catch some of the passion that I have for their vehicles.
Yep.
And that comes from the fact that I personally drive a 2016 Mazda CX-5 that I love. And I purchased that from Whitby Mazda years before I was even thinking about selling cars.
Sweet.
And I share that with all of my customers. And, I hope that they're able to get that authenticity from me when I tell them that I bought the car just from all the research I did, and I thought it was excellent, and I've had great success in driving it and loving it. And so I just share that with other people. And if they're interested in knowing why I think that it's a great brand and what it's done for me, and then I'm going to ask them about what is it you're looking for in a vehicle?
Right.
What kind of a car are you thinking? What's your use? And then I can make suggestions, and I'll guide them in a certain path. And if we end up at a particular vehicle, I'm going to make sure they love it, and
Yep.
I'm going to make sure we're both on board. And that's kind of the process that I would go through. But
Right.
there's certain things that I think separate the vehicles that I offer versus others, and I'm just going to convey that.
Right. And so I would, if I had to say it in a nutshell, I know you game plan a lot. I don't think you expect anything. You sort of game plan and make sure the decision is right for the client. I've seen that, in effect and while you do it. So, I want to end this now, but we're going to go into rapid fire, which is my favorite part. It's a neat little game I like to do. So, if you listen to the last week's episode with Ian, I've changed the question, so there's no cheating. You can't cheat on this.
But I had my favorite color all practiced.
That one's still there. So I've only changed it for you. You're not sure which one's which one. So we're gonna get right into rapid fire here. And so you already said the first one. So what's your favorite color?
Same as yours, baby. Blue shirt.
Okay. White bread or brown bread?
Brown bread.
Okay. You wake up in the morning, have a hot beverage, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. Butter or margarine?
Butter.
Okay. Now last week I got ridiculed for this one. So Coke, Pepsi, ginger ale, Sprite, or what? Just in general, what's your favorite pop? What's your favorite soda drink?
I'm gonna go Mountain Dew.
Okay, I should have put that one in there. I should have said that. Okay, I'm gonna ask two questions. I think I know the answer to one of them. Favorite movie?
Labyrinth.
Oh, okay. Favorite meal?
Never
heard of that
macaroni
meal.
and cheese. That was good. There's so many. I like food. I'm gonna go macaroni, and a nice macaroni and cheese.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
Let's do let's go Hulk on that one.
Okay. First car. I know we've had a discussion a while ago. First car.
First car, 1987 Buick Century.
Okay. Dream car.
Dream car, McLaren F1.
Okay. Favorite major sport?
I'm gonna go. Let's go soccer.
I knew you're European. I knew you were going to say that from British. Okay. Celebrity crush. And I think Karen's watching, so be careful.
No, I don't remember her name. Charlize Theron. That's it.
Hey, that's mine. That is crazy.
Oh no,
Okay.
get off. That's mine. You gotta find somebody else now.
Okay. I will. Okay. Pink's mine. Okay. So zodiac sign. What's your astrological sign?
I'm a Leo.
Okay. So the next two are the rapid fire, but you might have to think about them. And it's PG-13, and you don't have to answer this one. What don't people know about Jason Hatch?
Okay. People might not know. Well, I think what I was talking about before is the whole drawing aspect. I like to draw. I still like to draw.
Okay.
And that's a huge hobby, and that's a passion of mine.
Okay. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
I would be I think I'd be maybe some form of graphic design
Okay.
if I wasn't going to be in a sales career. Graphic design, yeah.
Sweet. So Whitby Mazda is located where?
So we're in Whitby at on Sunray, which is actually right at Consumers and Thixon, just off the 401.
Okay, awesome. So if anyone's looking for a Mazda or a vehicle in general, I know Jason's got a lot of connections at different dealers, so please ask for Jason Hatch. Jason, I want to thank you for jumping on this on week 2, episode 2. I'm still new at it. Hopefully, it sounded like it went well. We had a lot of people tuning in. So
I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on the show.
You are very well. We can't call it a show yet. We'll wait till we get to episode.
I'm calling
10.
it a show.
Okay, we'll call it a show. So Jason, I'm gonna kick you out here, and then I'm just gonna close the show. But I just want to say thanks again, and we'll chat soon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Remove Team Hatchman. All right, so that is episode 2. Again, we had some technical difficulties. I had Rogers out here trying to fix my internet. It should have been fixed, but thanks for all that tuned in. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Thank you again, Jason Hatch. It's at Team Hatchman if you're looking for his Instagram handle. And we will see you next week, episode 3. Look this weekend to see who we're having on the show. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.